Good afternoon, everybody. I want to thank the group for asking me to come out and speak. I joined the Black Panther Party at the age of 15, January of 1969.
Hold the mic up. Closer.
The contradictions between the state and the people are irreconcilable. So we must be clear on that. The same conditions that led to the rise of the Black Panther Party is the same conditions that exist today. Police brutality. That's what jump-started the Black Panther Party. Two brothers, Huey Newton, Bobby Seals, were law students at Merritt College. They seen the need, they seen what was going on in the black community throughout this country. And when people ask me what precipitated you to join the Black Panther Party, I say there's three reasons that bring people to the struggle: inspiration, aspiration, and desperation. The community that I came up in on the west side of Chicago, we were terrorized. We were terrorized by the police. They would jump out. They would try to get us to cop out on cases. They would take us in on bogus, bootleg, bankrupt charges. It's the same thing that they're doing today, taking toothpicks, sticking them under our fingernails to get us to cop out the cases, taking extension cords, attaching them to our testicles. These are slamming our fingers into a file cabinet drawer. So we back then we called it police brutality. We have to change with the changing conditions. It's police terrorism. It's a war on our black asses, okay? Real talk. So the template, the Black Panther Party was militarily defeated. There's no other organization that spilled as much blood in this country. We went toe-to-toe with the police. We Bonnie and Clyde with them. We ended up with 38 Panthers, okay, that lost their lives in the process, and many that are still incarcerated. But this thing is real. There was no 401k. What we did, we didn't take no grant money. We didn't mess with the government. Okay, there was a clear line between the Black Panther Party and the government. We couldn't be bought off. Okay, and we went toe-to-toe with this government. But the grounding platform was our programs. That's how we were able to organize people. Our 10-point platform and what we call our survival programs. One of the things that really aggravated this government, we're living in an overdeveloped technological society. And here we had children going to school hungry. So we came up with the concept of the Free Breakfast for Children program. That incest, that went all the way. That went all the way to the FBI, okay? And then we didn't stop there. We kicked up the ballistics. We opened up. We had an answer to the medical issues in this country back then. When we started opening up the free medical centers, we organized doctors to come in and service the community. You didn't have to have no Blue Cross Blue Shield, PPO, no green card. All you had to do was be a human being and need medical attention, and that's what we did. Okay? The sickle cell anemia. Sickle cell anemia was a disease that was killing black folks. We were the ones, we took a yellow school bus, took all the seats out and turned it into a lab. We were testing 3,500 kids a week in the United States in the city of Chicago, okay? So we knew that we had to heighten the contradiction. The template is there. We always had a saying, youth make the revolution. I'm 67 now. I did my tour of duty. The only thing I can do is advise you. But I can tell you this here. This stuff is serious. It comes with a lot of backlash. I can guarantee you're going to be on every law enforcement's blacklist for a long time, okay? We say COINTELPRO did not end with the military defeat of the Black Panther Party. Okay, it's still going on. And we also say that all pigs, and that's what we used. That was a coin that we coined the police back then, and it was a correct analysis because it applied. It applied to those conditions. So all pigs don't wear uniforms. So there's still a lot of infiltrators into the movement, folks that are coming to agent provocateurs. That stuff is real. It don't stop. Okay? Because one of the things that we must remember, and this came from the director of the FBI, J. Edgar Hoover, we must stop the rise of the Black Messiah. They do not want us to be unified. They do not want us to work as a collective, because once we realize who the real enemy is, then we become in unison. So, with the Black Panther Party, under the leadership of Chairman Fred Hampton Sr., came up with the concept of the Rainbow Coalition. There's a fellow by the name of Jesse Jackson who basically tried to hijack it. The Rainbow Coalition was the genius of Fred Hampton, and what that was is that the Black Panther Party seen a need to coalesce with all struggling, oppressed people throughout the world. So we took and we had, there was a group called the Young Lords at the time. Young Lords was a basically street tribe in the DePaul University area that's long been moved out. The university moved that whole Puerto Rican community out. Then there was the Young Patriots, which was a group of Appalachian whites in the uptown community in Chicago, rising up angry. So there were a number of groups that came together of all ethnicities to form the Rainbow Coalition. That was a real Rainbow Coalition. Once that was done, J. Edgar Hoover said, we have to get rid of Fred Hampton. And that precipitated the government to come up with a diabolical, sinister plan to drug Fred Hampton and go in and murder him as he slept in his bed, 4:30 in the morning, December 4th of 1969. So that was police terrorism. We say that's our real ground zero. We must never forget. And anytime the government will stoop to the level of killing a president, JFK, will stoop to going into the apartment of Chairman Fred, when we realized after we sued the federal government, the COINTELPRO documents were released, we realized that the things that we were saying, our parents were saying, oh, you're smoking too much weed, you're hallucinating. No. We were being wiretapped, we were being bugged, we were being incarcerated, trumped up charges, and it's no different than it is today. So all I say to you, one of our favorite cliches, a lot of people coin it and they say it, but there should be meaning behind it, and it's all power to the people. Thank you.